Your YouTube today we got Busting with the Boys. Go and like, comment, subscribe, go on HK Georgia 1 mil. Shout out Busting with the Boys. Shout out I forgot his name. I do know he's an NFL player and he was playing for the I believe the Colts, not the Colts, but the Titans. I forgot his name though. But he was a former Titans player. Yeah. Oh yeah, Will Compton and Taylor Lunan. Forgot his name, but shout out to them. They're gonna talk a little bit about Josh Jacobs and why he left the Las Vegas Raiders. I miss Josh Jacobs. I'm a Raiders fan. I kind of want to know why. So
For you, when you walk
I'll post
into
this.
Oakland, I mean, obviously the facilities are way different. They're about to move to Vegas. It's terrible.
Compared to Bama, yeah.
Compared to
bank.
Bama, it's nuts.
Yeah.
We've been to Bama.
Yeah.
But what was it like walking into a locker room with guys like Rich Incognito,
Yeah.
Max Crosby, Antonio Brown, and like Derek Carr, who's like this like perfect little church
Yeah.
choir boy? Like, was that just a massive culture shock for you? And you think to yourself, the taxes in California are ass. I just want to bring that up too.
Yeah, I mean, I defer my signing bonus till we got to Vegas. But
Did you really?
yeah, for real.
That's genius.
Nah, but nah, man. They when I came in,
Shout out Josh Jacobs, by the way. Seems like a cool dude. Seems
it
like a
was
humble-
weird because like
Very humble guy.
we
You can
had
tell he's like a humble and very like carries himself very like modest.
older vets, but we had vets that was like older that wasn't like they're literally at the back end of their career. So it was like they
You never hear like a bad story about Josh Jacobs. Never in the media for the bad reasons. This is a player you'd want for sure.
good, but not really. So like, and then I feel like for me, people was on me harder because I was the first round pick. So like some people was like, you know, they like you gonna have to prove yourself. Like I'm like, all right, whatever. Like you know what I'm saying, like all over again. Max looked like what's the dude off of Harry Potter? Malfoy. Max looked like Malfoy at the time. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have no tattoos.
Hey, that's my dog. I love you, Max. Hey, nah, but man, so like, I would say the best thing for me was our rookie class. Everybody who came in, Max. You know, some of these other guys that's not on the team or not in the league no more. We was all tight. You know, Keyshawn Nixon. We was all tight. And so
Amari
like,
Cooper.
we used to always do stuff together. And I
Oh,
feel
wait,
like
no, that was a little bit back then.
that made it a lot easier my rookie year to like get acclimated with everything because you
And
know
Henry Ruggs.
in the pros people don't understand like they think everybody is just friends and like in the pros it's just not true.
Right.
Like it's
That was the craziest difference for me.
yeah, like college, you know, everybody is friends. Like we all friends in college. Like in the pros, it's not like for some people this is literally a job, and for a lot of people they have families. So like you know, you leaving here, I'm like, man, I gotta go home and be a dad. Like I can't go home and play video games with you. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
things like that. So that was like a big difference for me too. But man, that locker room then was definitely different. I remember my first like all moment was I remember we lost the game and I was in the locker mad because like you know at Bama I probably lost 3 maybe 4 games in 3 years I was there. So
Damn.
I'm like I'm used to winning, like you feel me? So I'm in the locker room mad, and I remember the vets came up to me like they laughing and shit,
They're like, you better get used to this.
and I'm like,
I'm a Raider fan.
the fuck y'all laughing for? So I get mad, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what y'all got going on? They like, man, you gonna learn like in this league, you gonna lose. Like you got to get used to all this other kind of stuff. But I was like, that like mentality. I remember I was like, we're not gonna ever win like that. If
Yup.
people don't take this a little more personal, it's one thing to not obviously be crying after the game, but like don't be sitting acting like around like you happy that we, you know what I'm saying, that we
you're
lost.
expecting to lose.
Like that was always a thing, but I
Damn.
was always one of them guys too that I felt like, I mean, you play with me. I always, every day, I'm trying to bust my ass. Every day. I'll be the, if not the hardest worker, top 3, you know, and I'm trying to like figure it out every day. So like when somebody did stuff like that, it wasn't respected for me. And that's what caused a lot of friction.
He's not lying. Josh would be visually pissed off after games. I remember the second stint. We came in, you know, the boys wanted to go on the logo with the Chiefs, and we got our ass whooped.
Come on.
And Josh is in the locker room after the game fuming about, like, you know, whether guys are happy about it. But he legitimately gets pissed off anytime that we lost.
What was your
And
take
he'd
on
be
the
asking
logo
guys,
move?
he'd be talking to guys like, remember he'd pull me aside like, hey, you just got here, like, what are you seeing right now?
Yeah,
he'd be
I'm
asking guys, like, he'd be like polling everybody.
See, the problem with me, let me get to the logo question. I told them, do not do that shit. It's dumb. We are their stepbrothers. We're the little brother at that point. We ain't beat them enough to
Dead ass.
deserve that right. We
Took
not
the
even
logo.
winning enough to deserve that right to go do that. You know what I'm
Yup.
saying? Like it was
Yeah.
dumb. I
was
remember
dumb.
what I said exactly because I didn't go do it. I stayed back. I'm like, they not finna catch me on that motherfucking logo, and then we
out
lose, and then we lose.
Who was
and
it,
it's everywhere.
Will was in the middle.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was in
hell
the middle.
nah.
I was in the middle, but who was
Remember, I told everybody. I said,
was it Yannick?
Will was in the middle.
Yannick. He was the
Yeah,
one that started.
Yannick.
He the one that started.
Yannick has that mentality though.
But hey, Yannick's a worker,
I
too,
heard
bro.
that.
Yannick
Patrick Obama
grinds,
told me
bro.
He
the same
started
thing.
it though.
He
really
did.
got
He was getting everybody up, and I'm
he got
thinking, oh,
everybody
shit.
to do it. But I told him, I was like, my exact words was, if y'all gonna do it, y'all better stand on that shit. I'm like, we better win. Literally, because you can't do
So
shit
we
like
better
that. and not
win.
Scored that game.
We got blew out.
We got blew out.
We got blew out.
It was like 6-35.
I said, y'all never. I was hot in the locker room.
We got our asses
I was
whooped.
hot. But no, that go back to his point
So when I
though.
first came back, I'm thinking, oh, shit.
Oh, we're not good. Uniforms look good. We're not.
Uniform's sick.
Hey,
The
best
uniforms are badass.
uniforms in the game.
Nah, they sick. I ain't gonna
They're
lie.
awesome. But hey, Yannick Ngakwe, I have no idea why that dude has not like stuck with the team for a long time. Because
Yeah.
his rookie year, I played him. The first time we played him was Thursday night in Nissan, and his attitude and mentality, like he was talking to me like he was in the league for 10 years.
Yeah, he got the intangibles.
He's
for
got
sure.
he's got it. And then Patrick Obama, who will play with at Michigan, he was playing for Jacksonville. He came off. He's like, that kid works. He's going to be good. And he
Yeah.
obviously he's a good football player.
Yeah.
But he's just jumped around so much.
You know, sometimes I think people can get in their own way.
There's no doubt
You
about
know, and that be a lot of things. And like sometimes you don't feel like you know, with me, like towards the end, like you say, I used to ask him. I'm like, when he came in, I'm like, what do you see? Because I was fully committed to trying to make the team better. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I'm trying everything from talking to people I wouldn't even talk to. You know what I'm saying? From coaching more than I've ever coached to like being a leader and things like that, like trying to lead by example, all of these things.
That's
And I'm
tough.
like, bro, it ain't nothing. It don't feel like nothing is changing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I used to ask him when we got a guy in, I'm like, bro, what do you see? You've been on winning programs. You've been in, you know what I'm saying? You've been on good teams. Like, what's the difference? And like you
I
say,
feel like
used-
it's the culture.
but that game, bro, I was so mad after that game, bro. I feel like I cussed out so many people, like, bro, like. But I was always the guy that like I don't mind making people uncomfortable because I feel like one, if I'm doing everything right, I got that right. One, two, you should know that I care about you and love you enough and respect you enough to know that I'm not attacking you. I'm coming at you from a good place.
Yeah.
And it's also a time and place for everything. Don't get me wrong, but like wanting to win and wanting to fix that organization, I was all in. So when I started to feel like the organization wasn't all in on the same things that I wanted, that's when I knew I had to leave.
How hard was it to leave
Damn.
the Raiders?
Bro, I never wanted to, bro, I spent
Don't even say that, bro, because you left us.
a lot of money on a house I built fully custom built and never stayed in.
Dang, never stayed in it.
Like, so you gotta know I was investing there. I was doing franchises, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the community, I'm doing work in the community, everything. Like, I'm thinking like, okay, like this is where I'm gonna be. Like, I'm planning everything there. You know what I'm saying? But like it gets to a certain point where you're not gonna keep disrespecting me. You only got so many
Okay.
times to be like,
Let
fuck
it be known.
you before I'm like, fuck you too. You feel me? Like, literally.
Let it be known.
Like, and that's how I felt about it, because it's like, okay, don't get me wrong, I have a great relationship with Mark Davis. I love Mark Davis. He has no,
I like Mark Davis too, but let's just be honest. Let's be real. Mark Davis need to go, bro. You fucking suck as an owner, bro. I don't know what moves you make. I don't know what you think smart move or smart ahead or whatever the fuck he said to that fan, but bro, smarten up. Oh, he said smarten up, bro. You need to smarten up. You smarten up, bro. You fucking suck as
nothing
an
to do
owner.
with Mark Davis. But like, you bringing in these coaches every other year,
Exactly.
coaches, and it's like
Come
now
on,
these
bro.
new coaches is telling me I done already had 3 1,000-yard seasons. You telling me I gotta prove myself like I'm a rookie. You treating me like a rookie. You telling me I got to play in the Hall of Fame game, and then we start losing.
And then they don't even want to play him. Come on, bro. He's the best player. He's the best
And then you
player we got.
like you need me, and then you play me. I play good, but then afterwards you basically like, yeah, you play good, but
but you're gonna get benched.
we're gonna franchise tag and you're going to play.
Yeah, we ain't nothing, bro.
And I looked
Josh
at him and I'm like,
McDaniels.
I'm not gonna play. And where he was going wrong was he was talking too much. And I'm not gonna say who it was, but it's a guy that make decisions. And I'm like, he's talking too much and thinking it's not gonna get back to me. And everything is getting back to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm knowing what's being said on the inside for real. You
Yeah.
feel me? So like, he basically was like, oh yeah, he needs the money. I'm like,
You don't need the money.
need no money. Like, I could quit playing right now. I'm great. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, where are you getting this information from? Like, why do you think that you got the leverage when I just led the NFL in everything there is for a running back? I'm like, so you telling me, okay, I'm only going to be 25 at the time. You telling me, like, I can't get paid? So you already denied my fifth-year option.
He's right. He's got a point. He's got a point. He's in the
The
right.
smartest move you should have made was to accept that.
The Raiders
You
are
feel me?
stupid.
But you don't do that, and then you like, oh, we're gonna franchise tag you in. The franchise tag is $2 million more, so you gonna play on the franchise tag. But whole time, bro, in my mind, me and my agent, we like, bro, I'm not playing. I'm gonna come week eight, so I can get credit this season and basically force my way out. That was my planning if they don't want to pay me.
Was
Damn.
the first fracturing of the relationship was when they didn't pick up the 5th-year option?
I didn't really care about the fifth-year option. So a lot of people think that was the problem. I
That's
didn't
what I was
want
wondering. I was wondering why they were not gonna sign or pick up the 5th year.
them to take the fifth-year option because I knew I was gonna get paid more than that.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted
better
them to
for you
pay me.
anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, it's benefited me by not picking up the fifth-year option. Like, I'm all for that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm like, cool. Like, I'm good with that. But like, it was just the fact that I was legitimately 65% of the offense that year, and you telling me that
Not good ass.
you will not pay the guy that did everything for the team.
Most of the
I'm like, how did that make sense? You know what I'm saying? It's like basically you already tried me at the beginning, so you already trying to be cool with me, but I'm already really don't like you. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's a business. You're not gonna like everybody. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, and so I'm already like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect you. I'm not gonna disrespect you and stuff like that. But like, I'm gonna be like, yeah, if I got an option, I'm not gonna fuck with you. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
that's basically what it came down to. And when it started to get, like I say, into the conversation, what made it worse, bro, when it comes to the Raiders, bro, and it really hurt my heart because I tried to stay. I did everything in my power to stay. My agent was he was getting mad at me because he like, bro, at what point are you gonna be like, fuck these dudes? Because I'm like, look, I got 6 teams talking to me about more money than you. I'm like, can you match that? They say no. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm like,
Damn.
can we meet in the middle? Can we get the median of that? They say no. I said,
Damn.
okay. Because they was offering me 10 a year. I'm like, okay, 10 a year. I'm like, cool. Can I get some?
The Raiders were offering.
The Raiders was. I was like, can I get some incentives? I'm like, maybe I hit them, maybe I don't. They said no. Once they said that, I
Wow. Come on, bro.
said, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Y'all let me know where I stand. And the crazy thing about it was when I had the meeting with Mark Davis, I said, before when I was planning on sitting out, because I missed all the camp. That last year I was there, I missed all the camp.
What was your last year there?
What, the year
29
before this? So what is
20
that? 20,
23 and 23.
23?
The 5th year, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fifth year.
Yeah,
I missed all the camp because I'm like, I sat down with Mark and I'm like, look, I'm not asking you to pay me my worth because you can't. Like, and I know that's realistic, but like, just don't disrespect me. That's literally all I asked him. I'm like, bro, just don't disrespect me. I was like, give me a deal. And then the crazy part about it is none of the deals was even long-term deals. Like, I'm like, yeah, bro, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Like, I got all these other teams, all these other, like, you know, having this respect, and I keep trying to come back to y'all and show y'all love and show y'all respect, and it ain't reciprocated. So I'm like, we don't really have too much to
Yeah,
talk about.
I
And then
told
what's
you.
crazy is I fucking pull up.
I told you.
This is crazy.
So this is to week 1.
Bro, before I came, when they were trying to get me to come sign, you know, you got the deadline, right? The signing deadline. And before I came to sign, Max me and Max on the phone. Max trying to make it work. You know, like obviously Max is a dude. He like, man, like I don't understand it. Like whatever. He was like, man, please just come. So we come up there, and we got like an hour left before we got to sign the paper or, you know, on a deal or not. And dude comes up to my car. Me and Max is in the car. Max in the car with me. We sitting, and he's talking to us. But while on his phone, he's moving his phone around. He's on the phone with an interviewer, with a reporter.
Bruh.
Literally on the phone with a reporter while he's talking to me.
Trying to get conversation out of you.
Bro, so anytime that I know it's one reporter over there, that anytime he had anything to say, and they'd be like, where are people getting this information from? I'm like, it's coming from them. It's literally coming from them. Swear. So I was like, it was just a weird situation, bro. I'm telling you, it was the weirdest situation ever. And it has nothing to do with the Raiders organization. It's more so the people that they had in there at the time.
Isn't it? It's like there's like a saying, right? Like it's like the good news, like the stuff. Like say you're in the community, like the good news always comes from like the local news, but all the bad news, the national news, comes from internal. Like comes
Like,
from.
from around inside.
Yes.
I'm telling you. And when I seen that, and you know what made it worse? I seen it. I didn't say nothing. Max was like, bro, did you see who was on the phone with? I said, okay, so I'm not tripping. I was like, I thought, you know, sometimes you be like, bro, I'm tripping. Like, I might be
Your eyes are
tripping
playing
for
tricks
real.
on
Yeah,
you.
like,
Yeah.
I'm doing too much. But like, when Max brought it up, I was like, okay, I know I ain't
Yeah.
bugging. I'm like, yeah. But that's when I knew, like, it was over with. You know, like, even though I was going there, like, coming back that year to play, I was like, I knew it was over with. I knew the relationship was over with.
Damn.
Knowing where you're at now, when you look back at it, what learns do you have from like that process? Because I feel like a lot of guys too, like
Yeah.
when you get into free agency or you taste the teeth of the business for the first time, it kind of catches you off guard because you're thinking,
Yeah.
you know, like college, like loyalty, you perform well, they're going to pay you or they're going to take care of you. Playing hurt, it's honorable, that'll get you paid. You think all these different things, and then you
Bro.
come to find out, looking back, you're like, all right, I see why this went the way that it did.
Bro, I tell people all the time, to play hurt, you got to be one, mentally, you got to be different. But like, once I got to the point where I'm like, damn, I've played hurt all the time. I done played with a fractured shoulder, you know, the whole year, from like over half of the year with this shoulder. And now it's time to get paid. Me doing that is really bad for me. Because now you like,
Then they use it against
you
you.
using it
Right.
against me.
Your
I'm
film
like,
might not be as good, or they say, oh, you're hurt a little bit more.
bro,
and
The weeks you're
literally,
playing,
I'm
it's
like,
honorable, and the coaching staff,
they
and you're
love
like,
you. They're patting
I'm
you on the
dying
back.
for the
Look
boys.
at this guy.
Bro,
Look
I'm
at Josh
like,
up
what the
here.
hell,
Your
bro?
agent
Doing
be telling you
this.
something different. You're thinking he don't get it.
He
But
doesn't
then when the
understand
time
I just wanna
comes, you're like,
die for
these
the game.
motherfuckers. Yeah.
I know.
Come on, man. And then you think that if you do things right and you be loyal, that it's gonna come back. But at the end
Right.
of the day, it's a business. You gotta understand the business. And that's my biggest thing. Like looking back, the thing that I would change the most is I would probably have handled it a little differently. I feel like I would have probably, bro, honestly, I would have handled it a little different because I really never spoke on it. I just like let them create the narrative the whole time. And then let people assume what they wanted to assume was going on with me. For the longest, people was like, oh, it's about money. Oh, it's about that. I'm like, it was never about that. Literally, at no point was it about that. I'm like, if that was the point, then I would have took the first offer I had, which was a lot more than what they offered me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but that's just the nature of the beast, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
So you would have been more vocal
Damn.
publicly about what was going on.
I think I would have been more direct for sure.
At any point, was your agent sitting there being like, hey, we have to write some sort of narrative as well? You see them playing chess out here?
He was more so like, if this motherfucker.
I love your agent's right here. It's so funny.
He was like, if this motherfucker do this, like we're gonna do this. Like we had a game plan for everything. You
Damn.
know, even like stats. We started posting stats. It's like it's hard to deny the facts. Like regardless of what you want to say, like
Oh, absolutely. And like, you know, when they didn't claim your fifth year option, like I remember just being on the bus and talking about how well you were performing when they didn't pick up your fifth year.
Exactly.
It's like you're doing a lot of different things that, yeah, it is undeniable, like how great of a player you are.
And then like I was telling him, like, bro, from when I've gotten in the league, I'm like, don't nobody have more rushing yards than me since I've been in the league. Like
Saquon though.
Derrick Henry, besides Derrick Henry. Like you see everybody else that's came in with my year or on, like I'm leading. So I'm like, I don't know what more you want me to do. Basically, it was my point with them. I'm like, bro, like, I'm a leader in the locker room. I'm never late to stuff. I'm not in trouble or none of that stuff. Like, what more do you want from me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm giving you everything I got, and we still losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yeah, bro.
Go and like, comment, subscribe.
Bye. Have a great time.